you have a suggestion? I mean, if you didn't come prepared with an idea.
I'm going to open this. There is a motion, and the motion is to table the issue indefinitely. And I think it's, since we've had council discussion, there should be public discussion. It seems like there is some interest in if the motion fails, to consider a resolution as an alternative to the ordinance. But the motion before us, and I hope you would address whether or not we should basically table this, AKA drop it. Councilmember Crane?
Mr. Marston has suggested the word caretaker. It may be an appropriate word.
Thank you. Public comment is in order now. 3 minutes maximum. Please sign in to help the city clerk get the minutes correctly. And please state your name and let us know also if you're a resident of the city of Ukiah.
My name is Dr. Edward Haynes. I am a member of a resident of the city of Ukiah. I own a business in town, and I've been a vocal opponent of this ordinance from the beginning. So I certainly support tabling this indefinitely. If you're looking at this, I certainly, if you decide to proceed, I'd ask you where the evidence is of pet abuse, or since this is directly related to animal control, where pets are out of control within Ukiah city limits that requires any ordinance change whatsoever. And if there is such a problem, then where's the evidence that this ordinance change is the solution? I have listened to the discussion here about the word guardian, and that, to me, is the main sticking point of this whole thing. This is a legally loaded word. And there are lots of synonyms for guardian. Protector or defender are synonyms, and I wouldn't have a problem with a resolution if you inserted protector or defender in place of guardian in your resolution. So if you do not put this to bed and decide to go with a resolution, then I would say defender, protector instead of guardian in the resolution. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I have a question. Dr. Haynes, how do you feel about the word caretaker?
Caretaker?
Mm-hmm. Well, you suggested protector, defender, caretaker. What do you think of that one?
I think caretaker would be fine.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you. Any other questions?
No.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Again, the motion before the council is to table this item indefinitely. So please comment on whether or not we should table it and set it aside.
My name is Betty Hook. I am a city resident and have owned dogs, cats my whole life, horses, whatever. And I would like to see this tabled. It reminds me a little bit about the flag up on the hill, and I think you're spinning your wheels uselessly. An ordinance is not going to change the way anyone treats their dog. Hopefully, all animal owners treat them well, but this won't change it if they don't.
Thank you very much. Further public comment on whether or not the council tables the issue involving name changes to a city ordinance?
Good evening. I'm not a Ukiah resident because family.
Please.
My name's Josephine Morrissey.
And if you could write your name and address down, that would help.
And right now I live between Mountain View, California and Humboldt County because I have a job and I take care of an elder. But I want to someday live here, and that's why I'm watching this carefully, because I also love my dogs. I support the resolution to table this. I have watched the humane movement turn into the animal rights movement, and it is very scary to me. It's a hot political issue. It's dividing political parties. It's tearing animals out of homes due to undue raids on people they call puppy mills, and you look at the videos and there's no puppies hurt. There are legitimate puppy mills, and we have laws that go, that allow us to go in and close down the puppy mills. But what you're talking about here, and I see this especially from the Bay Area, I work for a living, I travel for a living, I see it in newspapers across the country. This is a very hot, very sensitive issue. If you think the city has had to deal with a lot of this, the city council has had to spend a lot of time on this, you have no idea what could happen if it goes beyond this. I love my animals. I have Jan Allegretti and Katie Summers' book. Katie Summers helped me when one of my dogs was very sick. I respect them. I like what they do, but I am so, so concerned about what might happen to my pets if this gets out of hand. So please, please table the motion. Thank you.
Further public comment on tabling the issue, which I would interpret legally as setting it aside for a long, long time.
No, it is not, Mr. Mayor, it is not setting it aside for a long, long time. It's setting it aside. The length of time, the duration before it comes up again is not established by this comment, by this motion.
Okay, it's either a long time or a short time.
My name is Jan Allegretti, and I feel compelled to just make a couple of points of clarification and remind the council of the fact that this has been in effect for, a guardian language has been in use in other cities for more than 8 years. There have been no dire consequences, and I know you've heard that before, and I don't want to spend your time telling you things you've heard before, but there have not been other terrible consequences coming as a result of that. What has happened and has been verified by people like Jan McHugh of San Francisco SPCA, that cities have found this measure, the change in language, to benefit their efforts towards educating the public with regard to humane care for animals. So I simply ask for that clarification. I personally prefer the word guardian to the other terms that have been suggested, because I feel that it much more clearly focuses on the relationship of care and concern and long-term care for the animals, for the life of the animals, as has been specified, has been mentioned in the resolution. Thank you.
Further public comment on the issue to table this motion?
Hi, my name's Joanne Treadway, and I just want to support the issue. I just think the terminology changes public's awareness and just gives people pause to think about taking on that responsibility, and anything that does that has to be a benefit to our community. Thank you.
Further public comment on the issue to table?
Dave Smith, I'm a resident of Ukiah and a business owner. Just a question of clarification. Is there evidence that PETA or one of these organizations is behind? I've heard this repeated over and over. Is there evidence?
Again, we're not going to enter into a dialogue right now. You can ask as many questions as you want.
I support not tabling the issue and dealing with it tonight, but I've heard this over and over about PETA, and I just wonder if there's any evidence been presented to the council that there is an organization behind the use of the word guardian. Thank you.
Further public commentary? You had an opportunity to speak. If the council wants to give second shots to people, that'll be up to the council.
My name is Max Miche.
I couldn't understand your
name. My name is Max Miche. I live in Ukiah. I'm not deeply involved in this whole discussion. I know Jen Allegretti.